What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we got to hear from Darrell Bevell and from Matthew Stafford. Now Darrell Bevell has taken over the head coaching job. And I just got done watching this, and you guys see how excited I am? This was like this is a very upbeat, positive interview with Darrell Bevell. Like, it got me excited. Now, you know, it should be like that now that he's just taken over. It's cool for him. It stinks the circumstances, but it's cool for him. But I don't know. It just made me excited. Plus, we have some big news. The Lions are on prime time. Hold up. Let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out b.godly, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know, b.godly, he put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And today, we're going to be talking about Darrell Bevell's interview, plus a couple of things that Matthew Stafford mentioned in his little press conference. They're not interviews, they're press conferences. In his little press conference, plus a schedule update for the Detroit Lions. So let's take a look at that first. Let's just quickly dive into that. First off, the Lions play the Green Bay Packers. We know that's the game after the Chicago Bears. That game has been moved to 4:25. Instead of 1 o'clock, they're going to play that now at 4:25 Eastern time. So they're going to play, you know, the second slate, that time schedule. So we move back a little bit. I don't think that's technically prime time, but it is moved back. So it's like, okay, this is interesting. It's kind of like when we play Arizona. It's like that. And also, we have been flexed to Saturday. So we will be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Saturday instead of Sunday. I think that's the 26th. I think, like, the day after. Hold up. Now, it's only 1 p.m. Eastern time, so it's not like a night game, which kind of stinks. But it's technically prime time because it's on Saturday. And you guys know what happened last time we played TB12 on prime time. That's right, 26-10, baby. So hopefully we can have that happen again. And yeah, that should be pretty fun. But let's get into what Darrell Bevell had to say. I have a lot of notes here. I'm not going to touch on all of them, but there is a lot here. And yeah, it was kind of entertaining. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on the Lions YouTube channel. But let's get into it. So the first thing, Bevell kicked off with this. And this is something that he brought up over and over and over. And he says he's going to bring a new perspective. And he wants everybody to play with their hair on fire.
I'm asking, like I said, I'm asking the guys to come in with with refreshed attitude, ready to work, number one, but ready to have a good time, and kind of just let them play with their hair on fire, let them play fast, let them play free, and then, you know, we'll worry about the end result at the end.
Having a good time, having fun, having a good time. He brought that up consistently, but playing with their hair on fire, playing free, playing loose, and bringing in a new perspective. Now, every coach is going to have their own perspective on how they want to do things, but Darrell Bevell is super excited for this opportunity. I mean, he is treating this as a 5-game tryout, but he wants to be a one-time thing, right? He wants this to be, hey, I take over this job. The question is, could this potentially be a long-term fit with Darrell Bevell? Darrell Bevell said, yes, there's that possibility, but it's obviously going to come down to the last 5 games.
I mean, I'm excited. I get 5-game audition, you know, to show what I'm capable of, but I also told them that, you know, everybody's watching them. Whether it's our team, whether it's other teams, whether the opportunities for them to continue to play, people are watching them. And so how we react in this moment and how we're able to bring out our best in these next 5 games is going to tell all. And, you know, regardless, no one cares about the circumstances, how I'm doing this head coach thing. But they're going to judge me on those 5 games.
As it is a results-based business. So he's taking this as an approach that, hey, this could be my long-term situation. I have 5 games to go prove myself. And not only to the Lions, but also to other teams around the NFL. And apparently that's what he said to the players, is that everybody is watching. No one cares about the circumstance. You have 5 games left to prove to us, to the Detroit Lions. And we have 5 games to prove to everybody else in the league what we can do on the field. Because this is a trial. I mean, at this point, it's a trial for Darrell Bevell. It's a trial for the players. Because everybody's job is kind of up in the air at this point. Unless you're under contract and the Lions, you know, for sure aren't going to move you. This is big for a lot of players and, of course, for Darrell Bevell, because this could be potentially 5 games and boom, okay, it's not for you, you're done, and you don't get another opportunity. So now that he's gotten the opportunity, even though it's not the best circumstance to get it, you know, you're getting it because a guy gets fired with 5 games left and you're only 4-7. Either way, it's still an opportunity. It may not be his team per se across the board, but it is an opportunity for him to look at it and say, here, this is my chance. This is my chance to show what I can do. Especially after the last 2 weeks and how bad they've went. This could be an opportunity to kind of right some wrongs here. And if he can look good, yeah, he's going to have a legitimate case. We talked about this yesterday. So that's pretty cool. You could just tell their energy was there. He's super excited to get in there Wednesday, to get to be with the players, because right now everything's over Zoom until next week, until Wednesday when they get back to practice. But he's super excited. Well, I guess it is Monday already. He was asked some of the simple questions like who's going to call offense, who's going to call defense. He said Corey Unlin will continue to call defense. We'll let him do his thing. And offensively, Darrell Bevell is still going to be the guy calling the offense. He says it just makes sense that we've been doing it all year. they'll feel comfortable with me doing it. So we're going to do that for the last 5 games. So be the head coach / coordinator for our offense, and Unlin will handle the defensive responsibilities. Hopefully we got some guys on the sideline to help him out with, like, other things that are going on, like challenging plays, things like that, especially when you're in offense, because he could get so caught up in the play calling that you're going to need other guys over there to make sure that he's aware of the other things going on to help him out, to help him out with that responsibility, knowing that he's going to have both of those jobs on the field. Asked about what he has to do when he comes here, he says he's got to be me. He has to be himself. He said, he's seen all these different, coaches come in and out, but he has to make sure that he is himself. Now, he wouldn't bring up anything specifically to Matt Patricia. He just thanked them for the opportunity, and now that he gets the opportunity, you don't want to say anything about the guys that were here before, especially the guys that actually gave you a chance to be another offensive coordinator. But he did say he has to be me, and we need to find explosive plays more consistently. But man, it was really all about just playing with the hair on fire, playing free, playing loose, having fun with it.
Just my thing is, I just want them to be able to have a great time. It's important to know that being able to have a good time and hard work. They don't have to be individual deals. I mean, you can have a great time and work hard, and that's what I told the guys. That's what I want them to do. And it's never really been about their work. They've worked hard. So I'm excited to be able to just bring that attitude for them. Like I said, I don't want to I'm not getting into judging or any of that. That's just what I told them. I want them to be able to have fun. David, just to talk about it, I mean, there's no fun in losing. I mean, these guys work hard, and it's not fun when you lose. And so part of it is definitely that.
Basically not sacrificing hard work for having fun. They both need to come together. There needs to be a mesh there, and that's what the Detroit Lions need, in his opinion. I actually agree with that. I think that's going to be interesting to see is how much different this looks, because when he was asked if there's anything we should expect differently, he said, well, I guess you'll just have to wait and find out. So we could potentially see a different little vibe on the field. And again, it may not be perfect. It could still be somewhat of a mess. But it could be a different life, a different energy, because one, the players, again, they're all playing for jobs at this point. He's coaching for his job. And this may be more of a loose and open kind of team. I mean, you guys remember earlier in the year when Matt Patricia said he's going to take things out to try to let the team play faster? Well, that's what Darrell Bevell's basic claim is that he wants his team to play fast, loose, have fun with it. Go out there and play and have fun. If you're not having fun in sports, you're not going to play well. Now, he said winning is having fun. All the players mentioned that if you're not winning, you're not having a lot of fun. But in reality, if you guys have played sport, you know that if you're not having fun, you ain't going to play well, right? You got to make sure you're having fun, that players, are having fun on the field, and that will help you play better. It doesn't mean you're going to win, but it will help you play better. Now, it's not like he flat out just said, oh yeah, Patricia didn't let them have fun when he was here, which he shouldn't say that. You don't want to burn that. But from what you could gather from this kind of interview was kind of like, hey, I want my own perspective. You're going to look at a new perspective. I want you to bring a new life. I want you guys to have fun out there, play free, hair on fire. It makes it seem as if he didn't feel like they were playing like that, because then he brings up hard work and, that they don't have to be individual. So it makes you feel as if, okay, they were working hard, but how much fun were they having? And even though they're adults, you have to have fun with it. So that's what I kind of gather from this without actually saying it. He basically said it. So we'll see how much different it looks. Will they have more fun? Winning equals fun, but will they have more fun? Will we see a different, more explosive, a loose type of offense and defense on Sundays or Saturdays? Now, he's basically said that he was, prepared for this. I mean, he's worked with a lot of guys before, Pete Carroll, all those guys. He's worked with a lot of guys, Brett Favre, but he's been secretly kind of prepared for the opportunity to potentially be a head coach. And we touched on this yesterday, but he's been prepared for this. He's been ready for this opportunity on, okay, here's how I would do things with the schedule. Here's how I would change up if I ever got the chance. And now he has the chance. So I'm just excited to see how this rolls out. I mean, it could be a mess, but honestly, it kind of was a mess recently. So it's going to be exciting to see how this rolls out. He wouldn't say anything about, Matt Patricia or anything like that. He wouldn't judge how they did anything, and he shouldn't. You don't want to burn bridges. You don't want to do any of that kind of thing. 5 weeks will bring out the best in Matthew Stafford. So he wouldn't say if they were holding him back for anything. He wouldn't go into any of that. But we'll know really soon. I mean, we're going to get to know Sunday if there's any different looks to this offense or defense or it may be. But he says the last 5 weeks could bring out the best of Matthew Stafford. That's what they need to do. So are we going to see different looks offense? We could. Maybe we'll see a different look offense. Maybe we'll see some changes. I mean, I think for the most part, the general structure will be similar, but we could see maybe different type of attack, maybe a more up-tempo attack, because I feel like the tempo and things like that are something that as a head coach and Matt Patricia has a game plan he comes in with is here's how we want to do it. Maybe it's a time possession thing. Maybe Darrell Bevell comes out there and he does it differently. I mean, he's always been a run first kind of guy, but could it be just a couple of tweaks in here that we see differently when it comes to the offense? And then the defense, that could look a little bit differently as well. Is there going to be more blitzing? Are we going to see different, changes that we didn't necessarily see when Matt Patricia was here? We saw different. They went to zone and things like that. Are we going to see more aggressive defense? What differences are we going to see when he says, play with your hair on fire, have fun? Want them to feel my juice. Now, that sounds kind of goofy, okay? That might be a little bit of pause, but I see what he's saying. I want to feel my juice. I want to feel my energy. When I come in Wednesday, I want these players to feel what I'm giving off, and that's what you need. All right, he should be super pumped up. He said he was pumped. He said he was jacked for the opportunity. Even though he hates the circumstances, he was jacked for the opportunity, and you got to be, because this is potentially an opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, this could decide his future coaching career right here, 5 games. I mean, you have to love the opportunity that he's going to get here. I mean, he has to take full advantage of this, and just the chance to do it is great for him. So it's going to be exciting. I'm super excited to see what this looks like. Again, if it doesn't go well, oh well, we get a higher pick in the draft and we're going to move on anyways. But if it does, then it's great, because you could potentially have something here. Either way, you're playing 5 basically playoff teams, and you have a guy that's trying to prove himself in the league that he can be an NFL head coach. An opportunity that he's been waiting for, that he's never gotten. Now he's going to get the chance in 5 games, and I'm super excited. Plus, now he gets some primetime games. Hey, look, all of a sudden, we get rid of Patricia. We bring in Bevell as the head coach. Now they want to give us some primetime. I see you, NFL. Okay, I'll take it. He thinks the offense is capable, but the turnovers, like last week, they came out and scored and then had 3 straight turnovers and then scored again. They can put up points. They just have to limit the turnovers, and I think that's obviously a huge part. I think turnovers have just destroyed them the last couple of games. On to what Matthew Stafford to say, just a couple of things. First off, he said, as a player, there's excitement and passion that he's going to bring, and everybody's got to have that for the last 5 games. Love that he has for the game. Just the game alone, just the love that Darrell Bevell brings for the game. And, I'm just excited to see him get a chance. This is going to be cool to just see him get the opportunity. This was an interesting answer by Matthew Stafford, and I thought this was big, because he talks about, how certain players have reacted to certain coaches once they leave. And Matthew Stafford said this: their experience may be seen through wins and losses. So if you're losing when you were there, your experience may be a little bit different than necessarily what you're actually saying.
Seen through the lens of kind of wins and losses, and if you have this lens of a bunch of success and a bunch of wins, everybody has a great look on it. And if it's the opposite, I think it can turn it a little bit worse than maybe it was. So I think the biggest thing is to win, and that's not a head coach by himself thing or a GM by himself thing. That's a team thing. That's an everybody thing.
So winning and losing has a very big effect on what you're going to say when you're gone about a certain player, a certain coach. Matthew Stafford doesn't seem to me as a guy that would ever, say anything like that about a certain player, a certain coach. We threw the ball to him last week and he dropped it. He said he tried to late hand the corner, but he tried to late hand him, put his hands out late so he didn't realize, but he dropped it, Hey, he wants another opportunity, though. He does want another opportunity. So maybe he'll get one. Maybe they'll keep doing more trick plays. Darrell Bevell said they would. They're going to continue to do plays like the ones they did last week. We saw a couple of them in a desperate game, and maybe we'll see more of that. I'm just excited to see whatever kind of energy this comes out with. Heck, we got nothing to lose. You're going to change it up anyways after this year unless something crazy happens. So you got nothing to lose. Let it all hang loose. Every player out here has something to prove to them, to the rest of the organizations around the league. So why not have some fun with it? Why not go out there and just say, let's just see what can happen. Let's just go play and see what can happen, and everybody go have some fun with it. Hey, at this point, I'm just excited to see it. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Prime time. Thank you, Brad, for watching. And I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?